Stop. Stop what you are doing right now. Put your phone down, close the other tabs, sit with this for a moment. I want to ask you something, and I need you to answer honestly, not to me, but to yourself. When was the last time you had a big dream, something you were truly excited about, and you told someone about it? A friend, a family member, maybe even someone you barely knew. And what happened? Maybe they smiled and said, "That's nice." Maybe they said, "Are you sure? That sounds very difficult." Maybe they listed every reason it would not work. And slowly, without even realizing it, the fire inside you became a little smaller. The fire became smaller and smaller until one day you stopped talking about it because you had also stopped believing in it. Today, I am not going to tell you to dream bigger. I am going to tell you something that nobody around you wants to hear. Stop telling people your plans. Vocabulary pause. Word. Realizing. Realizing means becoming aware of something, understanding something that you did not understand before. Example, she was so busy that she did not realize how much time had passed. Word. Gradually. Gradually means slowly, little by little, not at once. Example, his English improved gradually over 6 months. Good. Now let us continue. Here is what most people do. They get a new idea, they feel energy, that electricity in your chest when something clicks and you think, yes, this is it. And the first thing they do, they tell someone. They tell their friend, they post about it, they mention it at dinner, they announce it to the group chat. I'm going to start a business, I'm going to learn English this year, I'm going to change my life. And for a moment, it feels amazing. People react. They say, wow, or good luck, or they click the heart button. And your brain, your clever, reward-seeking brain, feels like you have already done something. But you haven't done anything yet. You told a story, and the story felt like progress, but it was not progress. It was the feeling of progress, without any of the work. And this is where the problem begins. Because once you tell people your plan, something changes inside you. The goal is no longer just yours. It now exists in the space between you and the person you told. And other people, even the ones who love you, will do 3 things to your dream without meaning to. They will question it. But have you thought about the money? But what if it doesn't work? But that's very difficult, you know. They will compare it. My cousin tried something like that and it failed. I read an article once about why most businesses fail. They will shrink it. Not because they are bad people, but because most people are afraid of what they haven't done. And when they see your dream, they see the dream they gave up on. And that's uncomfortable. So they make your dream smaller to feel better about their own choices. Vocabulary pause. Word. Electricity. Here, electricity is used as a metaphor. It describes the feeling of sudden energy or excitement. It is not the electricity in your home. It is the electricity of an idea. Example, there was electricity in the room when the coach announced the team. Word. Reward-seeking. Reward-seeking means looking for or chasing things that make you feel good. Checking your phone every few minutes is reward-seeking behavior. Phrase, without meaning to, means doing something without planning to, by accident or without realizing. Example, he hurt her feelings without meaning to. I am not here to make you feel good. I am here to hold a mirror in front of you and let you see clearly. Because here is what the research actually tells us. In 2009, A psychologist named Peter Gollwitzer ran a series of experiments. He gave people goals, things they wanted to achieve. Some people told others about their goals. Others kept them private. The result was clear. The people who told others about their goals were significantly less likely to achieve them. Why? Because telling someone your plan gives your brain a small, false reward. Your brain experiences a version of the satisfaction of success before you have done any of the work, and so the motivation to actually do the work goes down. Psychologists call this premature cognitive closure. Big words, simple meaning. Your brain thinks it's already done. You announced the gym, your brain felt like you went to the gym. You told people about the business idea. Your brain felt like you started the business. You said you were going to study English every day. Your brain felt like you were already fluent. Time is limited. You do not get a second chance at this year. You do not get a second chance at this decade. The people who understand this, who really feel it in their bones, they stop announcing. They start working. They move in silence, and they shock the world with their results. Vocabulary 3. Word, premature. Premature means too early, happening before the right time. Example, it was premature to celebrate before the exam results came. Word, cognitive. Cognitive relates to the mind and thinking processes. Example, regular reading has cognitive benefits. It improves how you think. Phrase, feel it in their bones. To feel something in your bones is an idiom, meaning to feel something very deeply and with great certainty, even if you cannot explain why. Example, she knew in her bones that she was making the right decision. Good. Now we go deeper. Lesson 1. Silence is not weakness. It is strategy. The truth. Most people think that the quiet person in the room has nothing to say. But often the quiet person is the one watching, planning, and preparing. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is concentration. The story. In 1994, a young man from South Africa moved to Canada with very little money and a plan that almost everyone around him thought was impossible. He did not post about it. He did not hold meetings to announce his vision. He went to university. He taught himself rocket science from textbooks. He worked for years. In 2002, his first rocket exploded. In 2006, his second rocket exploded. In 2008, his third rocket exploded. And then, on the fourth attempt, it worked. His name is Elon Musk. And the reason most people did not know he would succeed until he did is because he spent more time building than talking. Now, I am not asking you to agree with everything Elon Musk has done. That is a different conversation. I am asking you to notice one thing: the years of work done in silence before the world was watching. The action. This week, take one goal you've been talking about and stop talking about it. Write it down, put it somewhere private, and instead of telling someone about it, take one small action towards it, just one. Vocabulary 4. Word, strategy. Strategy means a plan, especially a careful, long-term plan designed to achieve a goal. Example: her strategy was to study a little every day rather than all at once before the exam. Word: concentration. Concentration means focusing all your attention on one thing. It also means a high level of something in one place. Example: the task required deep concentration. She could not afford any distractions. Let us continue. Lesson 2. Other people's opinions are not your fuel. The truth. When you share your dreams with people who have not done what you want to do, you are asking someone who has never sailed a boat to give you sailing lessons. Their opinions come from their fears, not from your potential. The story. Imagine a seed under the ground. Nobody sees it. Nobody cheers for it. Nobody posts about it. It gets no attention, no validation, no likes. But underground, in the dark, in the silence, it is growing roots, deep roots, the kind of roots that will eventually hold up a tree strong enough to survive any storm. Then, one day, it breaks through the surface, and everyone says, "Where did that come from?" It came from the silence. It came from the roots that nobody saw. You are the seed. Your plan is the root system. And the people who ask, "Are you sure? Are you ready? Are you certain?" They are not wrong to ask, but they cannot see underground, and you can. Write down the name of one person you have been sharing your plans with who consistently makes you feel less confident. You do not have to remove them from your life, but decide today to stop sharing your deepest goals with them. Protect your roots. Vocabulary Pause 5. Word: validation. Validation means approval or confirmation from others. When someone tells you that what you are doing is good or correct. Example: he kept checking his phone, looking for validation from strangers on the internet. Word: potential. Potential means the ability to develop, succeed, or grow into something in the future. Example: every student has potential. Some just need more time to find it. Phrase: consistently. Consistently means always, every time, in the same way, again and again. Example: she consistently arrived 5 minutes early to every meeting. Good. Let us keep going. Lesson 4. Announcing is not acting. The truth. There's a swimmer standing at the edge of the pool. Every day, she tells people about her training plan. She talks about her diet. She discusses the techniques she will use. She spends hours planning her routine. She never jumps in the water. Talking about doing something and doing something are two completely different things, and our brains, our brilliant, lazy, reward-hungry brains, can't always tell the difference. The story. In 2011, a man named Ahmed from Egypt had a dream. He was going to build a small business. He talked about it for 2 years. He had meetings about it. He made a business card. He designed a logo. He never started. 3 years later, a friend of his, a quiet man named Yusuf, had the same kind of idea. He told nobody. He worked on it at night after his regular job. He made mistakes. He fixed them. He was embarrassed sometimes. He kept going. After 18 months, he launched quietly, with no announcement.
The difference between Ahmed and Yusuf was not intelligence, it was not money, it was not even luck. It was that Yusuf protected his energy and spent it on building, not announcing. Set a timer for 10 minutes right now, or the next time you feel the urge to tell someone about your plan. Use those 10 minutes to do one small thing toward that plan instead. Write one paragraph, make one phone call, research one thing. 10 minutes of action is worth more than 10 conversations about action. Vocabulary pause 6. Word, urge. An urge is a strong feeling or impulse, a desire to do something. Example: he felt a sudden urge to apologize, even though he was not sure what he had done wrong. Word, launched. To launch something means to start it or introduce it to the world, especially a business, product, or project. Example: the company launched its new app in January and had 50,000 users by March. 3 lessons done. We continue. Lesson 4. Silence protects your vision from other people's doubt. The truth. Every great idea in its early stage is fragile, like a small flame. You can cup your hands around it and protect it, or you can take it outside in the wind and wonder why it goes out. Other people's doubts are the wind, and the wind doesn't care about your flame. The story. Before J.K. Rowling published Harry Potter, she was rejected by 12 publishing houses. 12 times someone read her work and said, "This is not good enough." Imagine if she had shared every rejection on social media. Imagine if she had stopped after the 3rd rejection because too many people had seen her fail. Imagine if the doubt of others became the loudest voice in the room. She kept the vision alive, quietly, in a difficult time in her life, until someone finally said yes. The silence she lived in during those rejections was not defeat, it was protection.
The action. This week, do not share your progress with anyone. No updates, no, "Guess what I did today?" Work on your goal and keep it between you and the blank page, the empty screen, the quiet room. See how it feels to work without an audience. Vocabulary pause 7. Word, fragile. Fragile means easily broken or damaged. Example: the peace between them was fragile. One wrong word could end it. Word, rejection. Rejection means being refused or told no when something or someone is not accepted. Example: getting a rejection letter is painful, but it is part of any creative process. Word, defeat. Defeat means being beaten, losing, failing, or being overcome by something. Example: he refused to accept defeat even when everything seemed impossible. We are halfway. You are doing well. Let us keep going. Lesson 5. The people who move in silence arrive first. The truth. In nature, the animals that announce themselves are rarely the ones that catch anything. The lion does not roar before it hunts. The eagle does not scream before it dives. Silence is not absence, it's focus. The story. Think about the people in your life who achieved the most. I want you to truly think. Not the people who talked the most, the people who achieved the most. Were they the loudest? Were they always posting, always announcing, always updating the world on their progress? Or were they the ones who seemed, from the outside, to be doing nothing, and then one day you looked up and they had already arrived somewhere you were still trying to start? The world is loud,
Attention is cheap, silence is rare, and rare things have power. The action. For the next 7 days, just 7 days, choose one goal and tell absolutely nobody about any progress you make, not one person. At the end of 7 days, ask yourself, did I work harder? Did I feel more focused? Did the goal feel more like mine? Vocabulary pause 8. Phrase, move in silence. To move in silence is an expression that means to work on your goals privately, without announcing or performing your progress for others. Example, he moved in silence for 3 years. When he finally launched his company, no one had seen it coming. Word, absence. Absence means not being present, when something or someone is not there. Example, her absence from the meeting was noticed by everyone. Good. 2 more lessons, then we reach something important. Lesson 6. Your most important conversations should be with yourself. The truth. Most people spend hours explaining their plans to others, and almost no time asking themselves the real questions, the uncomfortable questions. The ones you avoid because the answers might change everything. Is this actually what I want? Am I working on this because I believe in it, or because I want people to admire me for it? Am I afraid to start because I am afraid to fail, or because I am afraid to succeed? These are the conversations that matter, and they happen in silence. They do not happen in group chats. Marcus Aurelius was one of the most powerful men in the Roman Empire. He was an emperor. He had thousands of people around him every day, advisors, generals, citizens asking for things, enemies demanding things. And every night or every morning he wrote in a journal. Not for anyone to read, not to post or publish, just for himself. Those writings became what we now call meditations, one of the most powerful books ever written, a private conversation with himself about how to live, how to think, how to be better. The most powerful man in the Roman Empire trusted silence more than he trusted the advice of thousands. The action. Start a private journal. It doesn't need to be beautiful. A simple notebook, a notes app on your phone, set to private. Each morning or evening, write 3 sentences. What do I want? What am I afraid of? What did I actually do today? Not for anyone else, only for you. Vocabulary pause 9. Word, emperor. An emperor is the ruler of an empire, the highest possible leader. Example, the emperor's decisions affected millions of people across the entire empire. Word, meditation/meditations. Meditation can mean deep, focused thinking. Meditations, with a capital M, is the name of the book by Marcus Aurelius, a collection of his private thoughts and reflections. Phrase, trusted silence. To trust silence means to believe that being quiet rather than asking for opinions will lead to better decisions. Example, in difficult moments, she trusted silence over advice. One final lesson, then something important happens. Lesson 7. Let your results speak, not your words. The truth. There is a kind of satisfaction that no approval from others can give you. It's the satisfaction of knowing something, just you, before anyone else sees it. The business that is growing, the skill you are developing, the discipline you are building, the English you are practicing every day, quietly. That knowledge, private, personal, earned, is your power. And the moment you announce it too early, you give some of that power away. You trade the private satisfaction of building for the brief, shallow pleasure of being noticed. The story. There is an old story about a young man who worked hard on his craft for 7 years. His friends became successful sooner and were celebrated loudly. People forgot about him. He was invisible. But in those 7 years, he became extraordinary. While others were being celebrated for being good, he became great, quietly, patiently, privately. And when he finally stepped forward, when the results spoke for themselves, there was nothing left to explain, nothing left to defend. The work said everything. Let your results be so loud that your words are unnecessary. The action. Think of something you have been working on, something private, and make a promise to yourself today. Do not announce it until it is ready. Let the result be the announcement. Let the action be the statement. Vocabulary pause. 10. Word. Discipline. Discipline means the ability to control your behavior and do what is needed, even when it is difficult or uncomfortable. Example: learning a language requires discipline. You must study even on the days you do not want to. 7 lessons, 7 truths. Now, I want to talk to you directly. I know some of you are listening to this and you are tired. Not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. The kind of tired that comes from trying and failing and trying again and wondering if it is worth it. The kind of tired that comes from watching other people seem to move so easily while you are working so hard just to stay still. Maybe you have been let down. Maybe someone took something from you, your confidence, your opportunity, your trust. Maybe life has been harder than you expected. Maybe you're carrying something that nobody around you knows about. I see you, and I want you to know that is not weakness. That is the weight of someone who is still here, still trying, still fighting. And if that's you today, I'm not telling you to be strong. I'm not going to tell you to just believe in yourself. Those words are easy to say and hard to feel. I'm going to tell you something simpler. You are still here. That means something. The fact that you chose to learn today, to sit with this, to listen, to practice your English even when things are hard, that is not nothing. That is everything. Everything will not be perfect tomorrow, but it will be different. Because you will be slightly different, a little more aware, a little more intentional in the right moments. And that's how it starts. Not with a big announcement, with a small, quiet decision. Vocabulary pause. 11. Word. Intentional. Intentional means done on purpose, with a clear reason and conscious choice behind it. Example: she was intentional about how she spent her time. Nothing was accidental. Phrase: carrying something. To be carrying something is an expression meaning to deal with a heavy emotional burden, a problem, a pain, or a secret that weighs on you. Example: you could see in his eyes that he was carrying something difficult. Almost there. One final section. So, here's what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, Not after one more video or one more conversation or one more perfect moment. Now. I want you to take out a piece of paper or open a note on your phone and write down one goal, just one, the one that's been living rent-free in your head for months or years, the one you keep almost starting. Write it down, and underneath it, write these 3 things. 1. What is one action I can take in the next 24 hours? 2. Who will I not tell about this until I have proof of progress? And 3. What does success actually look like for me, not for anyone watching? You do not need permission. You do not need applause. You do not need someone to believe in you before you begin. You need silence. You need focus. You need the quiet courage to begin without an audience. The most powerful move you can make today is one that no one else knows about yet. Make it. Thank you for being here today. And I mean that, truly. In a world full of noise, you chose to sit with something quiet. That choice already says something about who you are. If this spoke to you, if something in these words landed somewhere real, then you do not need to share this video as an announcement. Watch it again. Take the actions. Let the lessons work on you quietly. And then, one day, when your results are ready, they will speak for themselves. Until next time, level up quietly.